As somebody from an older generation, I need to point out that woke feminist values are toxic and harmful to women. Right now, we are seeing women owning up to that. One of my favorite examples is the concept of nice guys versus bad boys. The slogan is, guys willing to commit are great guys treating women well, nice guys. Guys that won't commit are jerks treating women like crap, bad boys. But what if the guy willing to give you a wedding ring is a wife beater? And let's be realistic. The bad boys are not misleading you into believing in the existence of something that isn't there, just to get you in bed. They are also getting creative with the nicknames. It used to just be bad boys. Now we have names like fuckboys and chads. As somebody who has been an unapologetic fuckboy my whole life, I have to say there are good reasons why bad boys or fuckboys or chads get all the girls while nice guys finish last. In the last 10 years, I have started seeing women own up to this as well. Nice guys favor commitment over a real relationship, regardless of whether the connection is genuine. Bad boys, or fuckboys or chads, favor a real relationship over commitment, regardless of whether a formal commitment exists. Committed relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend, or husband-wife. Real relationship, love or infatuation. A commitment over real relationship approach is about a possession mentality. Very often, nice guys are men acting upon a set of predatory mentalities toward women. They treat women like fine art. They put her on a pedestal and worship the very ground she walks upon. But by doing so, they dehumanize her by treating her as an object of desire to be possessed. To them, she is not a human being. She is a collector's item in a fine art gallery. The woman is stripped not only of her human rights, but even her dignity. This is why women talk about nice guys not respecting a woman's autonomy despite putting her on a pedestal. In more extreme cases, they start talking about rape culture. Bad boys, or fuckboys, or chads are men who view women as humans. They don't put women on a pedestal. Some might even drag her off that pedestal and treat her like a naughty Catholic schoolgirl in the dating scene. However, they always respect her autonomy because they respect her human rights. Regarding the idea that nice guys don't sexualize women while fuckboys do, that is complete nonsense. Both groups sexualize women, but in very different ways. Bad boys sexualize women in a way that violates the principle of putting her on a pedestal and worshiping her, instead choosing to bring her down to earth. Yet, they always respect her autonomy. Nice guys may put women on a pedestal and worship the ground she walks on, but they sexualize her in a way that violates her autonomy. This is why the concept of rape culture exists. Everyone in the bad boy category is aware of this. The girls who associate with nice guys the most are always the ones most likely to complain about rape culture. On our side, the biggest complaint girls have is about shy guys. Making a physical move, such as kissing a girl, is romantic if it is consensual. If it is not consensual, it is sexual assault, or even rape, in extreme cases. But we are not mind readers. It is consensual if the girl gives verbal consent or finds the advance welcoming. Asking for verbal consent is often a major turnoff for girls. If you just grab or kiss her without asking, how are we supposed to know if it is welcoming or not? Fuckboy types respect women's autonomy. This leads girls who associate with them to complain about shy guys who don't dare to make a move, even when she is throwing out plenty of signals. Conversely, with nice guys, they complain about rape culture because those men feel entitled to sex and do not respect her sexual autonomy. What I have seen is that girls do not want a guy who puts them on a pedestal and worships the ground they walk on. In fact, that is a major turnoff. They don't mind a guy who will drag them off that pedestal and treat them like a naughty Catholic schoolgirl. In fact, many girls find it a turn-on. What girls care about is whether a man respects her autonomy. The fact that bad boys always respect women's autonomy often makes girls feel safe around them, which makes them want to be closer to them. Nice guys, however, do not respect her autonomy. Within the last 10 years, we have seen more and more girls speaking up against the traditional nice guy bad boy concept. We have trending lines such as creepy nice guys all over the internet. Male feminists are the worst, and especially within the last 5 years, increased complaints about nice guys not respecting women's autonomy. For over 30 years, woke culture, even before it was called that, has tried to guilt-trip women into choosing those so-called nice guys over bad boys via slogans such as, "She is an idiot for not knowing how lucky she is to have a nice guy willing to give her a wedding ring," instead demeaning herself for the pleasure of men by running around with the bad boys. Or, "We know bad boys are bad for us, so why can't we help being attracted to them?" And so on. There is a major disconnection between what woke feminists preach and what real women want. The girl boss theory of what constitutes treating women with respect is about putting them on a pedestal, often at the expense of their autonomy. For the last 30 years, girls have continued to choose guys like us over those so-called nice guys. Then critics argue it must be because guys like us are ladies' men. First, they use labels like bad boys and represent us as jocks, cool guys, or manly men, and call it toxic masculinity. But then they discover not all of us are like that. So, they start calling us bad boys or fuckboys. Fuckboys are those of us who are confident and charming, which I think best describes me on the dating scene. Yet even those not in the bad boy or fuckboy category are getting girls. So they now add the label Chad, referring to pretty boys. They keep arguing it must be because we are ladies' men, and those nice guys are not, which is why we are successful. It is such nonsense. They continue to guilt-trip women for picking us over those nice guys. Among Gen Z, it is getting even more extreme. This pressure to choose nice guys over bad boys is resulting in over 30% of Gen Z girls identifying as queer. This is called situational queerness. It is the same as why some people turn gay in prison. In the absence of viable heterosexual options, your brain tries to seek out secondary sources as a substitution. And for those with high bisexual tendencies, that leads to homosexuality. There is also situational straightness. I have seen queer people turn straight. Situational sexuality traditionally results from a lack of viable options of one's preferred gender. Otherwise, it is due to fear of the other gender. For example, if you grew up witnessing domestic abuse toward your mother. It can also occur in the opposite direction, e.g., a lesbian who narrowly escaped an attempted murder by a jealous ex-girlfriend, turning straight afterward. All of this happens on a subconscious level because it involves the limbic system, not the prefrontal cortex. Normally, among people with high bisexual tendencies, the standard is that they prefer men, but that is not essential if the person they meet is a 9 or 10. They prefer women, but that is not essential if the person is a 9 or 10. Because the limbic system is subconscious, I have seen cases where a longtime lesbian suddenly develops feelings for a man and is very confused. 9s or 10s are rare. You only meet a few in your life, usually in college. Until meeting that specific person, she wasn't aware that she had heterosexual attraction. For people with moderate to high bisexual tendencies, they may turn gay due to a lack of valid heterosexual options. Right now, 90% of the men left on the dating scene are those creepy nice guys who gross women out, or due to fear of men. Conversely, a lesbian with moderate to high bisexual tendencies might turn straight due to a lack of valid homosexual options, or because the queer dating scene has traumatized them. This is applicable to men as well, but women usually have much higher bisexual tendencies compared to men. Men mostly have no to low bisexual tendencies, while women mostly have moderate to high tendencies. For example, in prison, 10% to 30% of men turn gay, while 30% to 60% of women turn gay. What we see among Gen Z is that 30% of girls identify as lesbian. Normally, the rate of lesbians and gay men is between 5% to 10%. The rate of gay men hasn't changed, but the rate of lesbian identification has increased due to the massive increase in the situational queer population. Gen Z grew up in a world where most guys on the dating scene are those creepy nice guys who gross them out and scare the crap out of them. Yet, those are the types of men that Western culture approves of and continues to push via characters such as Leonard in The Big Bang Theory. Leonard literally broke into Penny's home, angry at her for dating another guy. That is a guy you need to file a restraining order against. Instead, the show victim blames Penny, saying she is an idiot for not knowing how lucky she is to have a nice guy willing to give her a wedding ring. For example, if you go to a nightclub today, the establishment often sides with the nice guy who doesn't respect women's autonomy over the bad boy who does. This is especially true when both guys are interested in the same girl. They don't care that the girl prefers the bad boy. They rely on the slogan, "She is an idiot for not knowing how lucky she is to have a nice guy willing to give her a wedding ring," instead demeaning herself for the pleasure of men by running around with the bad boys. In the end, girls leave in large numbers because the business won't protect them from nice guy entitlement and pressures the guys the girls actually like to leave on the grounds that their behavior is demeaning to women. This is why in the modern Western dating scene, it is all those creepy nice guys that girls find gross. It is no wonder 30% of Gen Z girls are situationally queer. As for authentically queer girls, some used to end up with men if they had high bisexual tendencies and met a 10. We don't see that happening anymore. Instead, we see a massive increase in the situationally queer female population. Based on what I've seen, this is how things usually play out for nice guys. For straight girls, their first option are those in the bad boy category. After the bad boys, their second option, for those with high or moderate bisexual tendency, they will turn lesbo. Only after they run out of lesbian options, some of them might settle with the nice guys. Others rather have no man. It used to be there were a lot of bad boys on the dating scene. So the bad boys that are most of a ladies' man and husband material get the first pick, e.g. the doctors, the lawyers, the athletics, etc. Those first-grade bad boys are the 9 and 10. And then the second-rate bad boys get the second pick. These bad boys are the 6, 7, and 8. And then the grade bad boy get the rest. These are the 4 and 5. And whatever girl is left over, some of them will rather have no man and others will settle for the nice guys. Nice guys are 1, 2, and 3. Today, due to the influence of woke culture, bad boy is now a rare commodity on the dating market. Today, all first-grade bad boys are 10. Second-grade bad boys are 9.5. Third-grade bad boys are 9. The rest are replaced by women. Those girls not chosen by whatever few bad boys are available on the dating scene, if she got high or moderate bisexual tendency, turn situational queer, and they date each other, or date authentic queer lesbian, such as the butch lesbian. Lesbian are now the 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Afterwards, whatever left, some might settle for the nice guys, and others rather stay single. As for those girls with very low bisexual tendency and can't turn queer, those girls usually got high standards. So if they don't get picked by whatever little bad boys left on the Western dating scene, and they are not going to turn lesbo, chances are she also won't choose a nice guy.